doing?
Well, that's always a good plan.
There we go. Later. No, no leave meeting. Got it. Okay.
Just need to chop my little piece of paper down.
Because I messed up.
Well, shall we just say I didn't understand? You type like I do sometimes.
With my eyes closed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Now
There.
that and close and hello Connie, hello Yvonne, and hello Holly. The gang's all here. Just making my screen the way I need it. And there's Valerie and Sharon. Oh, we got lots of peeps. Okay, why is it doing that though? I know there's new comments. That's why I said go ahead. Oh my God. Some days technology is just not a good thing. So let me just do this so I can say hello, everybody, I'm home.
And we're very happy you did.
Oh my God, it was such a good week. I really had a good time. And fuel prices, we use diesel in our truck. Fuel prices went up 20 cents a liter from the day we left to the day we came home.
That really
Not
hurts.
We nearly died right there at the service station. And we always fill up at the same place. We take the Agassiz Road, bypass Hope, and then get back on. And there's a native gas station on the back road, and we always do our fill ups there. Yeah, 20 cents a liter.
I took a friend to Nanaimo yesterday and then filled up again today because I am going up to Paul River tomorrow. And I had also driven out to the lake, and I'd driven across town a little bit in town. When I fueled back up today, and I fueled up just before I went to Nanaimo, it was $42. So I figured it cost me approximately $40 to go to Nanaimo and back. And I know I have a lead foot, but it wasn't that bad.
Well, we did the same trip in March. Mind you, we didn't have our trailer on behind us, but our fuel was over double this time from what it was in March.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely part of it is because you're towing the trailer, and that always costs you more, but double? No.
No, it was bad. Okay, let's go back. Thanks. Valerie says that you guys missed me. I'm happy. Thank you. That makes coming home worthwhile than having to leave my grandchildren behind.
Well, of course, we missed you. Yes.
I'm a little bit of a suntan, Yvonne, but because it was warm and sunny up there for a couple of days. The weather was actually perfect. It wasn't too hot. We got to sit outside for Maggie's birthday, and that's where I got the suntan, but I had my hat and my sunscreen on, so I was being proactive. So I'm going to make a bay window card tonight, but I got this in today. So if we have time, I'll open it. If not, it'll be another week. But I haven't even cracked the plastic on it yet. Okay, so I put the recipe up for the card. Not that it was right, but I did put it up. So the basic white should be 3 1/4 by 5, and then another piece 4 by 4 1/4.
But the easy part, Glenda, is if like me, you had already cut the paper, all you had to do was go back and cut 1/4 of an inch off.
There you go. Thank you.
Because I had guessed when you had 5/4 that it was 5 1/4.
Aha.
And I was wrong.
Well, you were righter than I was, because mine said 54. So is anybody else creating along with Holly and I? Gray, I'm using gray granite for the base. It is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 1/2, 2, 3 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5 1/2. I've done this kind of card before. So you just got, everything gets folded in the same direction. Yvonne is just watching tonight, and I would imagine Valerie's on her bike. So fold them all in, and when you're folding them, make sure your sides line up. I was looking at my calendar today because we have to go to Powell River as we have an offer on our cabin. We're going to have to go over there and bring a bunch of stuff home. The only time we can go is the weekend of the 25th, 26th. So there's not going to be a free class that weekend. I hadn't got around to advertising it anyways, so. Okay. Now, take your Tombow, and in this little 1/2 inch between the 5 1/4 or the 1/4 of an inch, between 5 1/4 and 5 1/2, you want to put some Tombow. And I've tried a lot of different adhesives for this spot, and Tombow's the one that works the best. Of course, if you have glue like mine where it's full of little bits, that doesn't work very well. Yeah, Yvonne, it's bittersweet, I'll tell you. I don't want to get rid of it, but it costs us a lot of money to get there because we have to drive from here to Comox. Then we have to pay to go across on the ferry. And then we have to drive to pick our boat up. And then we have to launch the boat and go by boat 20 minutes up the lake. And this is all fuel going glug, 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 glug. And then reverse to come back. So it takes us almost an entire day to get up there. Okay, so I'm just burnishing this where I put the glue so it gets some good contact, and then I'm going to let it dry. That's why I do it first. There. So you should end up, it should look like that.
I'm thinking that I missed a score.
Okay, well, I'll go over them again.
Inch, 2,
Half,
2
2,
3/4,
3
5
3/4. Did I put 2 3/4 in the instructions?
Well,
Anything
I don't know. I know that when I was copying them down, I wrote 2 3/4. So,
well, I'm going over there. I'm going to find out if Facebook will wake up. I hope I did not.
go ahead.
There it is. Oh, well, no, it's not in. I didn't put that. I just put the recipe in my VIP group, not in my Facebook page. So
Yes.
it's just my peeps that get score. Oh, Cracker Jacks. I did. I'm sorry. I'm going to edit it right now. Oh.
Oh, thank you for telling me that, because I will do that right now too. 3 3/4.
3 3/4.
So.
Dang. Okay. 1/2 an inch. 2 inches. 3 3/4 inch. 5 1/4 inch. And 5 1/2 inch.
And my little score thing there should be just fine, because I'm gonna put paper over top of it, so you're not even gonna see where I scored it, because I haven't bent it there.
That's right. Except you'll see on the background, but that can be your mother card.
It can be, though. I'm positive I have made this card before, but
Yep. Well, I did it in one of my classes. I just don't remember which one it was. Oh, be quiet, woman. I lost my thing. Connie said, see what happens when you take a vacation, you forget everything. The bad thing is, Connie, that I did this way before I went on vacation. I don't have any excuse. But thank you for the confidence.
well,
the
yeah,
vote
you
of
do. You
confidence.
do have an excuse. You know, you're not as young as you once were.
Okay, thanks.
Well,
But I
you
get
know,
free money. I get more free money this month, so that's okay.
that's right. You finally get paid to wake up in the morning.
Aha. Okay, Night of Navy. 4 1/8 by 1 1/8 and 4 by 1. Those two pieces are going to layer together, and that's what creates the stoppy thing, whatever that stoppy thing is called. Then I have this one is I have this super cool new grid paper, and it's really pretty, but dang, it doesn't have the numbers on it. So this one is 1 5/8 by 4 1/8, and it's going to layer with the designer paper in the center.
That I have to cut because I didn't get it.
All right, I'll wait for you. Do 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 do.
So it is this one that you've used. Okay.
Yep.
I couldn't find my way back. Like, well, I shouldn't say that. The pictures weren't big enough for me to see what what designer paper you had used. So and this is 4 by 1 1/4, and then
No,
designer paper 4 by 1 1/4, 2 pieces, and then one piece 4 by 1 1/2.
wait, let me get down to the designer paper. Yes, sorry, I was looking at Night of Navy. 4 by 1 1/4, 2 pieces, and they're going to layer onto 4 1/8 by 1 3/8.
Yeah, I cut
Night of
those.
Navy,
It's
and those
just-
will be the
it's-
sideways.
Okay, so I need this to be 4. There.
And then I have a piece of glimmer paper. This is the Starry Sky glimmer paper, 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to be cutting some leafy things out.
I don't think I have that paper. I'm not sure. So
That's all right. Use
whatever
silver
I've got.
foil or something. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 3 1/4 by 5. And I'm going to be stamping on that. Another piece of night of navy that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to cut a circle out of that. The inside piece is 4 by 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of thick basic white that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I'm going to do the wreath out of the thick basic white so that it stands up on the card front. So this is the inside.
Very pretty.
And this is the envelope.
Also very pretty.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's inside, going over there. These pieces are all going to layer, so I'm going to put them over there. These ones I have to do die cutting. This one I have to emboss. So I'm going to be using Rhinestones for the bling. Stylish Shapes dies, the largest circle. And if you don't have these, then just do a regular circle.
But what size circle is that? Like
Hang on.
roughly, it doesn't have to be exact.
About 3 by 3. 3 by 3. It's a 3 by 3 circle. Does that make sense?
Sadly, yes. It made perfect sense.
Oh my gosh. Fern embossing folder to emboss this piece for the anchor.
Okay.
And then Nature's Prints. I'm obsessed with Nature's Prints.
Yes, I really like it. Okay, so I have my designer paper cut.
Okay. What do you
So I
You
think
need- you need something to do some 3 leafy things out of. That's where I use the glimmer paper.
I have silver foil
Silver.
out.
Okay,
Yep.
so that is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4.
Well, a piece I've got out is 8 1/2 by 11, but that's okay.
Well, that's all right. At least it's not going to be too short. And I'm going to cut 3 of those out.
Okay, here it is.
Now, these are different, aren't they? Nope, they're exactly the same. Yay! And I don't have adhesive sheet on this because I don't want them to stick my card closed or open or something. Okay. And then the thick basic white, that's 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. Oh, I didn't clean my die out. Look at that. How dirty is that? Ooh. Apparently I made a pink glimmer one the last time I used this. Oh, I was going to do the draw, the Share It Saturday draw that I didn't do on Monday. And apparently I didn't get it ready. That's what happens when you have 8 loads of laundry to do. And then we had family over for dinner. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, that's on there. This is on here. And I'm going to cut out 3 of these. So we'll start with 2 of them. This comes with 3 dies or 2 dies. How handy is that? All right, through the machine. Oh, and I did 4 videos this afternoon for my July Stamp-A-Stat and tutorial subscription.
So apparently, you came home ready to rock and roll.
I did. And I have 2 more to do tomorrow, except that I'm busy with Stampin' Up stuff all day tomorrow.
Say what stamping up stuff.
It's creativity now tomorrow.
Oh, yes, yes.
And
Well,
that starts at 3. And then before that, I have a direct to Stampin' Up meeting for an hour and a bit. I might not get my videos done tomorrow. All right. I forgot that you have to cut this stupid glimmer paper upside down. See if I can force them out. There's one. So what did everybody do while I was away for a whole week? Did you create fun projects and do funky stuff?
no, I worked in the garden.
Well, that's fun, funky stuff.
Well, it is, yes.
I weeded strawberries.
Well, that's a good thing.
Maggie and I watered. She has her own little watering can. Oh my God, she's so cute.
That she is, and just at that perfect age.
Yep. Yvonne was busy walking, gardening, and did a couple of cards, sorted out her stamp set. Oh, sounds like you were busy.
What I was thinking.
How was the weather? Cold
We
and
had a
rainy.
We had a couple of good days.
Well, that's good. We went and watched. Blake had a baseball practice on Wednesday. He had a game on Monday, and the weather was okay for that. It was a bit chilly, but then he had a practice on Wednesday, and we went and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, and the sun was shining, and it was warm and sunny, and just a gentle breeze, and then the clouds rolled in, and the skies open up, and we had this shower that drenched everything, including the children. Ted and I ran for the vehicle. I was not standing out in that stuff. Connie didn't get home until Thursday at 12:15 a.m. so haven't gotten much done, just one card. Aha. And how's the grandbaby doing, Connie? Okay. Now, how you doing? Holly, did you get all that stuff done?
I'm picking stuff out of my wreath.
Ah.
And then I have to do the silver things. Well, yours are glimmer, mine are gonna be
Oh, okay.
silver.
I will hold off doing this stamping then. Yvonne says she remembers those ball games. It seemed to be cold most of the time. It was so bad. And it was like it lasted 5 minutes and then it was gone.
But you can sure get wet in 5 minutes.
Oh, you can. You can. But we didn't because we were chickens and ran for the car.
Say that fall season, you either got sunburned or soaked.
Yep.
When my kids played.
Connie said her grandbaby is doing great and she'll put up a picture on the page later. Put it in the VIP group, Connie. Not on the page because there's way more people on the page than needs to see that kind of stuff. Our daughter-in-law made an album for Maggie's birthday party pictures. and she set me up as a contributor, but I refused to put pictures of my grandchildren on the internet. So I sent them to her and she could put them up. Because I have a lot of people follow me in my personal profile that I don't know because they go from there to my business one. So yeah, not going there.
Yeah.
I like this grid paper. It's pretty. But why doesn't it have numbers on it?
They haven't answered you yet? Or you haven't asked that question yet?
I haven't asked.
Okay, I have my thingies cut out.
Okay, I'm just putting numbers on here. There, I made it myself. Okay, so on this piece of white that is 3 1/4 by 5 or whatever size you cut yours at, I'm going to stamp this big image. And I'm going to make sure I have lots of Night of Navy ink on here because I'm going to use my Wink of Stella and color it in so that they're pretty and blue. So I'm going to stamp this down here in one corner because I have to cut out the piece for the sentiment out of the other side of it.
Where the heck did that? There it should be.
And I'm going to do Winky right away so that I get lots of fresh ink. I had a fight with my Wink of Stella this afternoon. It was not behaving itself. So it got sent to its room and I got a different one out. It was coming out brown and dirty. I don't know what the heck's going on with it. See how pretty that is? When you reactivate the ink with the Wink of Stella, you get a lovely light blue background that you would never get by trying to color it with anything else.
Mm-hmm.
The other way you can do this, if for some reason yours doesn't reactivate the ink, is you can put a little bit of the ink on an acrylic block and pick it up with Wink of Stella off of the block and then just color it like you would with a blender pen or something. That works well too. Not only all the inks reactivate though, it's really weird. Some of the ones you think should just don't.
Yeah, I forget which one I was mucking with the other day and it didn't reactivate the way I thought because it was a dark color.
Yeah, you would think they would. But I still think that Blackberry Bliss is the prettiest.
Yes.
And Poppy Parade is good too because it has a lovely orange background to it. Use that a lot with the tulips. So by doing this with the Wink of Stella, not only are you getting the ink spread out, but you get gorgeous bling on it too. There we are. Then just make sure you clean your tip off when you're done. So there, let's see if I can get there's the bling. Can you see the bling?
Yes.
Ooh. I agree, Yvonne. It is very pretty. And hello, Carla. Yeah, the bay window ones are fun to make. I enjoy them. I like fun folds, but some of them sometimes, holy man, by the time you're done, you've done so much. that it's taken you an hour just to make one card. All right, so I'm going to cut this out now. Thanks, Connie. I had to break out my new magnetic platform today, because the other one, not only is it delaminating all the way around now, but it's curling too. So I couldn't get anything to lace flat. So hubby's taking it out to the shop. He's going to see what he can do with it, because I can't use it the way it is anyways. So Stamping Up announced that not only have they turned off these platforms so you can't order them, but if you ordered one, they're going to be refunding you for it too. You're right, Connie. The cards that take forever to do are only for special people, and I don't usually give them to anybody I know is going to throw them away. All right, running through the machine. There we go. Cut that out. This is for the sentiment. How you doing, Holly?
I'm doing okay.
Getting your pieces all done?
Yes, yeah, I just cut my blue thing out and my sentiment thing for the sentiment, so
Yay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm stamping the sentiment. It's also in Night of Navy. Everything is in Night of Navy.
Say best wishes and happy thoughts, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I like that one. It's good for like anniversaries or something.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to do the inside an envelope when you get that done. So this piece for the inside is 4 by 4 1/4. So you need to do a trial run to make sure that you get it the right way around, because it'll fit in there this way, but it's not going to fit in there this way. So there's the way I'm going to put it in my card. So I'm going to put the stamping down here in this bottom corner. And inside is the fern. I'm going to ink it up. Stamp, stamp, stamp. And then ink it up again, stamp it off, and do stamp, stamp, so that I get that on the inside.
Yeah.
And then on the envelope, I'm going to use this one. I don't know what it is. It's like a wheat or something. And I'm going to do the same thing. Ink, stamp, 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 ink, stamp off, stamp, stamp. Oops, didn't get that right, but that's okay. They throw the envelopes away anyways, right?
Usually, yes.
Unless it has a non-canceled stamp on it. That has happened quite a bit lately.
Yes.
Okay, when you get that done, let me know, and I will do some embossing.
I'm just looking for my rag to clean my stamps off a bit before I put my fingers in them again.
So this is the Fern embossing folder that goes with this suite. And I'm just going to emboss it and then layer it on a piece of non-embossed.
Okay.
So just kind of pick a spot that's going to have embossing the way you want it embossed. If you want it all higgledy-piggledy, then you can do that. This one I chose more up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to put it right there. Oops, except it moved. There we are. Go. There, now we have all of our pieces. And we can do some assembly.
Folder on number 1, add the 3D plate. I talk to myself a lot.
It's all right. That way you always get the right answer.
Well, no, not necessarily, but you know.
Well, I think I always get the right answer.
I just, when I was doing something, because I have like the old Big Shot, and I was trying to figure out, okay, with the embossing, the 3D embossing folders, where do you put them in?
Ah, yes. So have you got the flip ones? Does it have a hinge on it or are they all separate?
I have the flip one.
Ah, the old golden oldie one.
Golden oldie, yeah. So I figured it out and then put just a Post-it note on the back of the one side, like where I needed to have it open, that says, you know, to use the folder. And then
nice.
Well, you know, I'm starting to get a little smarter in my old age sometimes. Not too often, but you know.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the one I embossed and layer it on to its Night of Navy buddy. Like that. Now I'm going to get rid of all the glue that's on my fingers. There, so we'll put that off to the side. And we'll layer all these pieces. I was surprised there wasn't a lot of traffic out on the highway while we were away. But then I guess who can afford to travel? Not a lot of people.
I guess it depends on where you're going. My sister-in-law sent me a text earlier and said traffic going to Victoria today was like horrendous. It was more than 3 hours each way.
Oh,
going
my
down and coming
Lord.
back. Yeah.
Wow.
But
I had to pull this up because I got it on there crooked. Well, if it wasn't for that we were visiting our grandchildren, I would not have been traveling. And we've got another trip planned for August sometime. We'll see if we actually do that one.
She was going to her nephew's convocation, so.
Yep, need to be doing that. That stuff can take the fingerprint right off your finger.
And me, I'm finally gonna get over to see my kids' house in Paul River.
Yay!
Yes.
Connie said, better start banking some money for gas. Yeah. I have to take a loan out the next time we go.
Yeah, I think the price of gas is gonna put a damper on more than one person's holiday plans.
Yep. Well, we're hoping to go camping locally, but we're not doing it now. I'll stay home. Got one trip over to get the rest of our stuff at the cabin, and that's it. Okay, so now this should be pretty well dry because we did that way long time ago. So you should be able to open it up. So start on the front. You're going to put one of these, the narrow ones on each side, like that. And then this one in the middle.
Mhm.
There's one. And I'm going to put them on sequentially because then I can make sure that they're lined up at the top. Ish. Except that one is extremely crooked. So I just have to lift that one up again. Put it around the other way. Oh. Apparently I didn't cut that very good. Oh, well. Unfortunately, this kind of card, you really can tell if you don't get your cuts straight. Oops.
Yeah. So you send it to the old person who doesn't see so good.
Yeah, good idea. Pitch a tent outside and pretend we're camping. We'll just go out and spend time in our trailer sitting in our driveway.
Or go out to Heather and Phil's and pretend you're camping because you can have a fire and stuff out there at times, can you not?
We can, yep. Yeah, that's one thing about having this nice, cool, wet spring is there's no fire bans on yet. Okay, then I'm going to put the inside in. Inside in. And when you're doing it, pay attention to the top, the bottom, and the inside. Get those as even as you can because this end gets covered up with this piece.
Okay, what the heck did I do? Oh, there it is. So are we lifting this up or just like, is it up on dimensionals or anything?
The inside white piece?
No, the blue piece.
The blue piece, yes. But before you do that, you have to figure out where you want your bay window to sit.
Yes.
So what I do is I figure out where I want that to be. And then I put this here like this. So it's upside down. And I take my pencil and I put a mark. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll do it and then I'll show you up close. So I've put this where I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lay this upside down. Wait a sec. I did it wrong. Hang on, just wait. I did it wrong. So it has to be upside down, but upside down. So I'm going to put it on this way. So I'm going to take it and flip it this way and then flip it that way. Figure out where you want that to sit and put this upside down on here like that. And then
for the glue.
Because you only put dimensionals on part of it. So you need to put the dimensionals right where this flap is going to sit. So if you upside down and upside down, do a mark where a mark where that where that sits. See that little flap there?
Yeah.
Mark that and mark that. So when you flip this over this way and over back to where it's going to be, then you still have this much to tuck this under, and all of this is going to be where your dimensionals are. So
yeah,
you do this, go from one end to the other, and then I'll just use the big ones because it goes faster. Then you put almost right up at that line. You put a row of dimensionals along there. Would have helped if I had actually done it without being crooked. That was kind of dumb. Wait, my line is crooked. I need to fix it or I'm going to be in trouble. So I'm going from one line to the other line. Like that. And then put the dimensionals right up close to that line, but not touching it. Ouch. I just poked myself.
That's not the smartest thing you could have done.
We were bad on the ferry yesterday because we were in the trailer, so we were down in the dungeon. And I didn't want to go up. So we just stayed down below and went into our trailer. They don't know that you're there because they're not allowed to look inside trailers. But I decided I wanted a salad. So I got the lettuce and the stuff out and got my knife out and forgot to turn the light on. And there I am slicing away and sliced my finger. Oh, so now I'm going to do another trial run. Make sure it's where I want it. So I'm going to line this up so that it's got a nice frame all the way around. And then take this and just slide it in and make sure that it's going to sit where I want it to sit. So it's going to butt up against those dimensionals. And it's going to work. So now I'm going to take my baby ones. And I'm going to put a row of baby ones you don't have to do as many as I did on this because it's just going to hold it down. It's not going to have any tension or anything. So there. It's probably overkill, but you know, Better to have too many than not enough.
I was gonna say, but you wouldn't be you if it wasn't a little bit overkill.
I do like my dimensions. My dimensionals. Yep, I do. Get off my finger.
It's raining again.
It sure is. Oh, well, they said it was supposed to rain tonight. Okay, so we're going to put this on here.
But the
Like
good part
this.
about it is then you don't have to water so much.
Yep. Now, before I push it down, I'm just going to do another trial run and make sure that it's exactly where I want it. Yep. And that's how you hold up your bay window. You can see it's right up against the dimensionals in there. Okay. That's all the hard part. This is going to go on here like that. So I'm going to get some tumble on here. Let it dry. I'm going to do the center all the way around and then all the little bits on the inside, but not on the outside because they're going to hang. Oops. There's a hunk in there that shouldn't be in there. Get out. Thank you. All right, try some all the way around the middle. Come on. Holy man, and that's not a soft spring rain either. It's really coming down out there.
Not as bad as it was last night, though.
No, I
No.
wasn't here. We didn't get home till it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock by the time we got home.
Yeah,
And the sun
no,
was shining.
It was really coming down about this time last night.
Bizarre.
That it is.
Wonder if we're going to have summer.
I hope we get some. But
What?
you know, I've been happy with even when we've got it like a day at a time.
Well, it's much better than it was last year at this time when our province was on fire.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to stick this on my blue circle. Like that. And then decide which way I want it on my card. Connie, did you have a lot of fires down in Sparks last year too? Okay, have you got your center done, Holly?
Yeah. Yeah, I just got to put it on. Decide where I'm going to put it on.
So stick it on and then turn it upside down and draw lines because you don't want to put adhesive anywhere except on top of this centerpiece. Yeah, last year was bad. Holy man. We couldn't go north for Maggie's birthday last year because of the fires. They had all the roads closed. Okay, that's going to go on there like that. Before I push it down too far, I'm just going to make sure that I don't have glue hanging out anywhere. This year, I don't think a fire could start if it wanted to.
I think you're right.
It's a little wet out there. So that's going to go on there like that, but I want to put my pieces, my leaves. Yeah, okay. My leaves in under first before I put it down. So I'm going to put my Tombow on there. And I'm just doing the bottom because they're going to stick out over top of, or out past that circle. And I don't want to put glue there or it will glue my card flat. Okay. Now, did I put that down flat? What did I do to it? Oh, it's flat, but it's not even attached. Apparently. Put a little bit of adhesive on it. Kind of gently lay it where I want it. I think right about there. And then tuck the glimmery leaves in underneath. One. Two. One right about here. There we are. And push it all down. So there we have that assembled. I want to make a Christmas card out of this stamp set.
Yes.
I think it would be very pretty. All right, so then the sentiment was on here. This is popped up, but you kind of have to be careful when you put this side on that you don't put the dimensionals where it overhangs here or you'll glue your card flat.
Mm.
So I'm going to put dimensionals on this side. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I got mung on my sentiment, so I'm gonna have to redo it.
Oh,
And I
no.
did. Well, that'll be fine. And I got my dimensionals too far over. I gotta figure out how I can slide a few more in there. It'll be interesting.
For your anchor?
Yeah.
Well, just cut little strips. See, cut little strips off here. Put them on your pokey tool. I know
And
this
put 'em
because
in.
I did the same thing. And then you just kind of lift this up and slide them under.
Thank you. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
So I'm going to put this on with the dimensionals on the left side and the center. And after I get it on, then I'll put one underneath on the right side. Christmas card will look amazing, wouldn't it? Do this in, oh, that distressed gold paper. Oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? Let me get some. I was using this today on my my July Stamp-A-Stack is all about the Abigail Rose suite. So I use this distressed gold paper for a lot of the pieces on there. Look at this. Look at this stuff.
Oh, that's pretty.
So it's flat or matte and it's shiny. Do that out of this and do a couple of layers of it and then put the ferny bits and stuff on top. Ooh la la.
See, in green
Look,
and red.
Yes, traditional colors. Apparently
Yeah.
my sentiment is crooked. So I have to lift it up and move it. Maybe that's straighter. There we go. Now I'm just going to take another one and put it underneath. Right about there. Put one. That'll do it. So there's the card. I just have to put the bling on. Yvonne, it is amazing gold paper and it's thin. It's not thick like the foils, so it cuts like a dream. Even if it has adhesive sheet on it. My rhinestones are in here upside down. No wonder I'm having issues. Okay, I'm going to put, did you notice the bling? There's
Yes.
6 of them. There's not 7, there's 6.
And you're okay with that, are you?
I'm okay
Like,
with that.
It looks good.
I'm fine.
Like, I think an odd amount, the way you've done them on this one would look odd.
Odd. Yeah. Thanks, Connie.
Yeah, I'm really happy I got this set.
Ooh. Festive Pearls. Okay, if you order the Festive Pearls from the new catalog, they're going to come and they're going to look really weird because the packaging says red and green adhesive back pearls, but they're not. They're Festive Pearls. So you get gold and silver, mint macaron, and real red. I was just looking to see if I could have used those on here, but I couldn't. They wouldn't go. What about fine sparkle gems? No. So there's also these in the new catalog. They're called fine sparkle gems, and they're in the Splendid Day suite, but they look just like the elegant faceted gems, only they're colored. They wouldn't look good on there either. I'm just looking. I'll keep going with my rhinestones. These rhinestones have been around forever.
Because they're just classics.
Yep. There. Did I get that? Nope. That one's in the wrong spot. It's out a bit. There we go. There we are. Our card, our envelope.
Very pretty.
Now I'm going to open up Paper Pumpkin, but I'm not going to do it because I really want to see what's in there. And I'll be back next week and we'll stamp with this next week. But I really want to see what's in here. And next month looks, so this is all about markets and crops and stuff. The next one is about the sea. So that one's going to be awesome sauce. This one is called Pick of the Crop. And I have not even watched any unboxing, so I have no idea what's in here. So I'm finding out the same time you are. Stamp set with a strawberry. Hello, some fruit, pomegranate and something. Thinking of you, love you a whole bunch. You're the pick of the crop. You're the sweetest. And there's even some strawberry seeds. Oh, Calypso Coral. Mini shopping bag included in this month's kit. Just scan the QR code below to purchase additional bags. You'll get 4 bags in each add-on bundle. Now, they were supposed to be available today, but they've been delayed, so they're not available yet. And here's the hint for next month. So it looks like it coordinates with the, what's that called? The bottled happiness stamp set and the punch, the bottle punch. It looks like it. I don't know whether it does or not, but it's going to be fun, but it's all about the sea. This month, we're giving you, our loyal Paper Pumpkin subscribers, the chance to win a free Paper Pumpkin kit. Learn more about subscriber perks and uncover a few surprises about next month's kit. Your chance is just 1 click away. So you can scan this. I'll hold it there. So if you have your smartphone, you can scan that and it will take it to it. If not, let me know and I'll send you the link to do the survey, because you do the survey and then your name goes into the draw. Okay, what's in here? Oh, there's the bag. Valerie, is that bottled happiness on your list? I got it. I have not even put ink to it yet. Okay. Sirens. Man, there was a really bad accident up past the hospital tonight.
Was
Had
there?
a rollover down the embankment. They had to get the extrication crew up there.
That's always scary.
Yep. Oh, these canvas bags are super cute. Look at them. And apparently you can get like 4 cards or something in here. And you stamp on them. There's some
Well, that's
twine.
cute.
There's some fruit and some saying things, speech bubbles, envelopes. Envelopes. Looks like they're all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they got print on one side and then stripey on the other side. Only on the back though. They didn't print this part. Those are the envelopes. These are the cards. So we have some fruit. Oh, look at that one. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I like that. What do you think?
That's very pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Oh, this one's fun. It looks like a picnic bat blanket. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so that's the cards. Vellum. Got 3 vellum pieces and 3 vellum speech bubbles. Okay, what are these supposed to be? These are strawberries and blueberries, but what are these? What do you suppose those are?
Supposed to be like a pepper pod, maybe?
Weird. They look like pea pods, but not brown like that. Oh my God, look at this. It's little wagon things. I'm cutting one out because I want to see what it looks like. And then you take out these center things. Bread. Bread? I don't know. Does that look like bread? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's saying bread. Guess it's bread. So these all come out from the spokes of the wheels. But look at how cute that is. Where's those card fronts? I don't know. I haven't looked at the picture, so I don't know if this is what you do, but look at that. What an adorable card.
That is cute.
And then there's some spriggy flowers. So you get 2 sheets of these, so there's extras. Yeah. Oh, and glue dots. Cardboard. Now. Oh, good Lord, those are so cute. Apparently it is bread. You guys were all right, I think. Bread and cheese and flowers and a picnic basket. Oh, and those little vellum things are bags. Where's the vellum? That's not vellum. This is vellum. These things are little bags.
Oh,
You put the
cute.
bread and the flowers inside and then stick the cheese in beside it. And it goes on top of the blanket. So you're having a picnic. And there's the fruity one. And there's what they did with that little basket or the little bag thing. I want to fold some of these card bases and see how many you can stick in there. 1, 2. Now I don't know how much these are going to be because I didn't really look. Okay, so I have 3 of those and 3 of these. Three cards, 3 envelopes, and the bag. Wouldn't this be cute to, if you're going to somebody's house for a barbecue dinner, to make them up a thing with 3 or 4 cards in there and tie a little bow? I would add some ribbon onto the top of that just to make it a little bit prettier. And you could just hand it to them as a hostess gift. How cute would that be?
And
Now this-
definitely different than the usual bottle of wine.
Yes. And you could even stick some chocolate in there, but you'd have to be careful you didn't leave it out in the sunshine. You'd have chocolate soup. Oh my goodness. And you know, you wouldn't even have to, like they usually, not always, but they usually have refill kits about a week after all of the paper pumpkin kits go out. And the difference between a full kit and a refill kit is you don't get the stamp set and you don't get the Stampin' Spot, which is okay because that's just our Calypso Coral. So, I mean, you could use Calypso Coral, you could use anything. And these are pretty generic sentiments. So you wouldn't even have to get the stamp set. If you decide that this paper pumpkin kit is something that you want, you can get the refills. Now, so let me pop on over here and see how much the paper pumpkin refills are. Kits, paper pumpkin, and refills pass kits, as they just went up in price. Oh, apparently it depends on which one it is. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be $26.50 maybe. Okay. So let's open it up, have a look. Cute. And then let's see what they did with the alternatives. Oh, look at that one. They used the top off of that fourth wagon as a bowl and put a bunch of, and put these flowers in there and made a little bouquet thing. Can you see it?
Mhm.
Those are
That's
cute. 9 cards and envelopes. Okay, there we go. That's Paper Pumpkin. And I'm hoping I will have time next week to pop on, and we'll create one of each card and maybe an alternative or two as well. Don't want to lose all my little bits here. Not good when you lose your bits.
No, it's not.
All right, so thanks for joining me in my journey to create a bay window card. Now I'm going to have to think about making a Christmas card out of it. I should do exactly the same card using Christmas paper and Christmas colors. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, anybody got any questions? Comments? Concerns?
No, just a thank you.
Okay, so I found the chicken card. I'm going to go and search, find the chicken card, and then I'm going to, maybe I'm going to find the chicken card. Where am I? This, don't ever get Windows 11 if you can help it at all, because when I shut down my computer at night, it rearranges all my icons.
Oh, how annoying.
It is very annoying. Oh, there's that lovely chicken card. I just thought I would show you the chicken card. Okay, share my screen. Remember, I keep talking about that lovely chicken card. There it is in all its green glory.
You know, it's actually not as bad as I remembered.
Okay, we'll go with what you said.
You know, some people would think it was really cute, but it was so much fun.
It was fun. And it's one of those spinner things. So you spin this part here, and it had different sayings, 3 different sayings all the way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just had so much fun because I'm not sure we've ever taken you quite so far out of your comfort zone.
That one really did me in. I must admit, I still have nightmares about that card. Oh, Valerie says she still loves it. Yeah, we won't ever go there again.
Oh,
Please
be careful what you say, ma'am.
Well, the good thing is that there isn't going to be another one of those collaboration nights until September.
Gives us lots of time to think.
And then we'll do some Christmas ones. All right, ladies on Facebook, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Good night, Sharon. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back at 8 o'clock Monday night, maybe. We're still trying to decide if we are going to the cabin on Sunday. But I don't think the weather's going to be good enough to go. So, yeah, I was supposed to have a draw, Connie, but I forgot to set it up. I didn't write the names down. So I'll do 2 on this coming up Monday. If I don't do it Monday, I'll do it Tuesday. I'll let you know what's going on though. I'll either be live Monday, excuse me, or Tuesday night with the card that I have. Oh, I'm gonna do this birthday piggy card. That's the next one. So thanks on Facebook. Have a wonderful weekend and I'll see you soon. Stampin' Smiles.